Canada Day.
Stand on guard for thee.
Across the city, Londoners mark the country's 150th birthday. Plus, party on the Hill.
Happy birthday, Canada.
In Ottawa, thousands gather on Parliament Hill for the biggest party in the nation. And a new beginning.
Everybody is very friendly. They take care of each other. That's what we want.
In a country of diversity, we meet one immigrant family that traveled far and wide before finally finding a home in southwestern Ontario.
CTV News with Norman James.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 6. Norm is off tonight. I'm Kelda Yoon. Well, happy Canada Day to everyone out there. We will get to all the festivities taking place in our region and in the nation's capital in just a little bit. But first, one man is dead following a motorcycle collision in Dorchester. A motorcycle and a vehicle collided on Elgin Road between Catherine Street and Hamilton Road at around 2:15 this afternoon. The motorcycle driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and no one else was injured. Middlesex OPP are investigating the crash. Elgin Road between Catherine and Hamilton is shut down for the police investigation. Motorists are asked to avoid that area. And here in County, OPP are investigating a fatal crash near Belmore. It happened shortly after 7:30 Friday night at the intersection of Howick-Turnberry Road and Belmore Line. Police say the driver of a small sedan was traveling northbound on Belmore Line when he lost control of his vehicle. The vehicle struck a culvert and rolled several times, ejecting the driver. He died from his injuries in hospital. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Daniel Gingrich of Sebringville. Well, two vehicles collided north of Tavistock this morning. Crews were called to Road 107 and Line 29 around 11:45 after a van and a truck collided. OPP say no one was hurt. The cause of the crash is under investigation, and police do say that charges are pending. Well, it's a big birthday. Our nation turns 150 years old today, and across the country, Canadians are marking it in style. We start in downtown London, where our Brent Lale took in the sesquicentennial celebrations.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
That anthem means different things for different people. For these 50 immigrants from 19 countries, it represents a new beginning. Today, they officially became Canadian citizens. The Watad family moved here from Israel.
It's just a beautiful country. It's safe. There's a lot of more opportunities from where we came from. Plus, it's peaceful.
You feel the love when you talk to people. You feel the acceptance, and there isn't any discrimination. There isn't any judgments towards immigrants or Arabs, or because personally I'm an Arab Muslim, and just seeing the people and people accepting me and wanting to know about me more is just amazing.
The ceremony took place in the new Canada 150 Pavilion. Dignitaries cut the ribbon, officially opening the structure.
As you see, there's so many people in the community that have come to enjoy Canada Day celebrations, and so the federal government wants to make investments in communities that really bring people together. This is an example of precisely that.
The thousands gathered at the forks of the Thames. Kids enjoyed face painting and balloon animals, while others huddled to enjoy a First Nations gathering. The city also buried a time capsule which will be unveiled in 2067, the 200th anniversary of Confederation.
Well, we've had the time capsule outside of my office for quite some time. It's down here in Harris Park today. It will be opened up in 50 years. Can you imagine what kind of messages are going to be passed on 5 decades from now? Let's leave it for a surprise 50 years from now.
Today's festivities mark the end of the work done by the group London Celebrates Canada. They formed in 2009 with the intent to work right up until the sesquicentennial. During that time, they've raised over $500,000, allowing families to enjoy days like today free of charge. Brent Lale, CTV News.
And many Canadians chose to head to Ottawa to celebrate the country's birthday on Parliament Hill. Thousands were lining up in heavy rain in the hopes of catching a glimpse of royalty and joining in the nation's biggest party. CTV's Mercedes Stevenson was there and has more.
Pomp and ceremony on Parliament Hill as the Prime Minister and his family welcomed their Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall, along with the Governor General. A special Indigenous welcome for the VIPs. A celebration of all that is Canada.
Let us be known the world over for our integrity, for our compassion, and for our never-ending desire to be better so we can do better.
Happy birthday, Canada.
Flypasts and a moment to thank those who serve in uniform and Canada's veterans. An all-star cast took the stage to entertain the over 25,000 people on Parliament Hill. An extra special day for some.
Félicitations, congratulations, you are now Canadian citizens.
Sworn in as new Canadians as thousands cheered them on. Grey skies and heavy rain made for a soggy celebration early in the day, and a logistical nightmare as parts of Parliament Hill flooded, limiting access. But that didn't put a damper on people's spirits.
It's part of being Canadian. We can survive anything and still. Everyone's been very polite in the lines.
We drove 7 hours to get here. A little rain isn't going to stop us.
A massive security presence surrounded the party, with heavily armed police and barricades in the street. Tight security meant long lines ballooned around Parliament Hill. Many left angry and frustrated after they were told they would not be able to get on the hill after hours of waiting.
It's like one of the worst organized events I've ever seen.
After 2.5 to 3 hours of wait, things fell apart.
Thousands and thousands of Canadians forming a sea of red and white, all here to celebrate the nation's birthday in the nation's capital. And the day's not over yet. Many will stick around for that promised 20-minute and 17-second fireworks show that will cap off the party this evening. Mercedes Stevenson, CTV News, Ottawa.
And since that historic day in 1867, Canada has been hailed as the Great Dominion, known around the world as strong and free. It's the people, though, who shape the unique Canadian identity. Lisa Laflamme breaks down the demographics.
By last account, an estimated 36.2 million people live in Canada, 18 million Anglophones, 7 million Francophones. We're pretty evenly split between men and women, although women have a slight edge. And on average, we're getting older. For the first time, there are more seniors in Canada than children. The population, though, grows by the day, largely fueled by immigration. About 1 in 5 people, or 20%, identify as foreign-born, representing more than 200 ethnic origins. Those among us who were here first, the Indigenous, make up just over 4% of the population. That's 1.4 million Canadians who identify as First Nations, Métis, or Inuit. This is Canada, truly a nation of diversity.
And there will be a Canadian flavor at Daytona International Speedway this evening, with St. Thomas native DJ Kennington making his third NASCAR Monster Energy start. Unlike when he ran the Daytona 500 back in February, this time DJ did not have to qualify for the race. He was locked in and will start from 40th spot when the green flag waves at 7:30 tonight. He'll be driving the number 15 car for Premium Motorsports, and fans can watch the race on TSN tonight. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has the pole. Well, to other news now. Across the border, police